look at your product. Is this something that I love? Is this something other people will love? Is this something that people would even love to tell others about? Right? So apart from just the marketing part itself, your product needs to be solid enough. It needs to be good enough so that if someone experiences your product once, they want to keep on experiencing it over again.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot cheaper to have a recurring customer
Recurring
than to be hustling for customers every day. Yeah. So I mean that's like the way I see it, to be honest.
Hello everyone, welcome to David Oshin Podcast. In this podcast, I engage CEOs, founders, and thought leaders in conversation that inspire the next generation of leaders to succeed. Never miss any edition of this podcast.
Great. So what an excitement to have Mr. Ibukun. That surname now is something that I don't want to bite my tongue calling, but I guess what's the easiest way to make it to call it Adegbulugbe?
Well, I'll say just the position I think Adegbulugbe, but I think it's easier to just stick to the first name.
Ade.
Yeah.
So I try to wonder how will a white man call that name? That would be a total. You see that
They don't even bother to call it. They don't even bother to call it. Like white man is even going too far. Even when I was in like school, if I see them calling like attendance and I see the person calling the attendance get stuck, yeah, just like hey, that's it. So I don't think it's except people that are from Ondo directly, it's almost impossible for someone to get it right at first try. Almost impossible.
All right. So me, I'm from Ondo too, but I'm not getting it right.
Whatever, which part of Ondo?
All right. So this is quite exciting. Even the name is actually exciting. So one thing that actually caught my attention is you being in this space, digital marketing and B2B, B2C. You've been doing a whole lot of work for the past couple of years, even to the point of creating PostPaddy. So I want to start by telling us your own story. Tell us your story. How did you come about? How was your journey, and how did you come about PostPaddy?
Okay. So I started like digital marketing in about 2014, and so basically for me then it was just about getting an extra skill. So I also learned a bit of like development. So after school, I said, okay, I need to make money, and then I started like trying out plans on both web development and digital marketing. And I realized that the digital marketing was yielding money faster than the web development. So in 2017 thereabout, I decided to like, just like go in on it. And while working, I realized that we had turned down a number of clients for various reasons, but most notably the fact that some of them couldn't afford the services, and in some cases, some of them, we didn't just have enough bandwidth, to take in more people. So that then made me to start PostPaddy. So how can we create something that people can even be able to handle like their social media themselves and just be like a YouTube token? So our goal for PostPaddy is not just to be able for people to like schedule and post, right? We have a tool called Nara, the feature called Nara on PostPaddy, and Nara is like a social media assistant. In fact, Nara can create an entire content calendar in about 1 minute 25 seconds. And this includes captions, graphic design, and it can even schedule the posts for you. We are at the best times. We are not just stopping there. We're also looking at what tools can people use that will help them help with their ads and other things, digital marketing. So the thing is, how can we give more parts to people so people who can't afford to get an agency, all of that, they can do some stuff themselves and still get like really good results.
So I got stuck at the point you said digital marketing was making more money than web development. So I wanted to drag you in that part, but I guess I'm thinking of how to drag you because me, I have a background in web development. And I always feel web development kind of make more money. So you still explain that later.
Well, yeah, no problem.
Okay, no, tell me, how does digital marketing make money?
So the thing is, for web development, once I realized on it, I needed to get to a particular level of skill, before I started making money. But with digital marketing, like, I mean, I was good, but I was not like experienced, right? I had like, have so much experience as a then. Like, one of my first gig was for $350. And I mean, the amount of time I spent doing that was probably no more than 6 hours, you know. And then I got a gig for about $1,500. And then that was like way back 2017. And basically, the amount of time I was putting in per month was probably no more than 10, 12 hours in a month, And I just had a couple guys doing some small things here and there. And that just really made me feel like, okay, this is like easier money. And let me trade in this part. Yeah.
Correct, there are no issues. You're correct. So, yeah, great. So tell me, you created PostPaddy because you felt you wanted to solve a problem. So for you, what can you see as a major problem most businesses have from the startup?
So one thing about businesses is, I mean, of course, there are some operational issues that businesses have, such as hiring the right person. Some people also have issues with, even venturing into the right business, for to start with. But when it comes to the marketing part, when it comes to growth, one thing that I've seen that people, the issue that I've seen for Africans at least, is that most of us don't have the finances to drive that growth. So everybody wants, I want to run ads, I want to do this. So the finances is one thing. And again, even when those that have the finances, they struggle with even knowing the right audience to target. Some of them, they don't even know the right goals to go for. And they don't even know who to target. They don't even know what kind of messages. So at times, I just scroll on Instagram, I scroll on Facebook, and I see some ads, and I'm like, hey, you are wasting your money. But of course, so what we're trying to really do with PostPaddy is, how can we have something that can not only, post for them? How can I have something that can help them from the strategy point, something that can help them, do the thinking for them, create the content for them, and with the ads part, something that can help them target the right people, create the right messages, and constantly improve the ad campaigns so that they get the best result.
So my question is, what has been the greatest challenge you have faced while building PostPaddy?
Well, so the greatest challenge, I would say, was, trying to get the product to work. So, I mean, it's one thing to just build something, it's one thing to say, we've created this, we've created that, but then trying to, assemble the right team, trying to work on the product, trying to get the thing to actually work, not just work you log in and log in, but getting products that actually delivers what people want, so delivers the quality and the reliability of what people want. So that has been the toughest challenge so far. And I mean, it's still ongoing, because until you achieve product market fit, you cannot stop, even when you achieve it, you can't still stop. But being able to really gather feedback, get what people are happy with. And that's really has been the biggest challenge so far. And we are still, doing it, and we're still trying to improve on it. Okay.
Yeah, one question I want to ask is very simple now. I think PostPaddy is having this first mover advantage when it comes to this particular niche, or who are your competitors basically? Who are your competitors, and how are you planning to take advantage of that?
So I would say, but I mean, in Nigeria at least, we don't have any other Nigerian brand that does this. In Africa, I've not seen, I've checked, right? But I've not seen any African brand that does this. So most of our competitors are outside the country. Now, so the thing is, those guys are more focused on the foreign market. And of course, their prices are almost south of reach, for the average Nigerian brand. So, competitors probably be good to buffer. But then one thing we're looking at doing is that we're not looking at distinguishing ourselves in just price. Okay, what we're looking at doing is we want to provide an experience that does it for you, right? So if you pick up any of our competitors today, you would have to okay, what do I post? You probably have to you need to have some knowledge, you need to have some direction to use them, right? What we're trying to create for you is something that without any direction, without any idea, I just want to post. I just want to be active online. We're trying to create an experience that allows you to do this. The goal is that you spend less than 30 minutes of work on your account in an entire month, and your posts go out as many times as you want them to go out. So that's like where we are going to. I think that is very different from other people's perspectives. Like they are building it for just social media managers, but we are building it for social media managers and business owners. Yeah.
Does that mean that more of your market audience is B2B rather than B2C?
Yes. We are really more focused on business owners, like creators, influencers, and then of course social media managers.
Okay. So now, being the first mover in Nigeria, do you think most people are not into it because they feel it's not lucrative enough or something? Because I know Nigerians have this method that anything that's, is in, let everybody just moves in. Just like the way fintech is being bombarded with so many startups. So having not enough startups in this, in this space, does it mean because they can't see the fact that it generates millions of dollars or stuff? What's your thought on that?
So in this space alone, there are like a bunch of unicorns all over the world in this space. So if there are unicorns all over the world in this space, then that means that of course there's money to be made in the space. But one thing I've seen so far is that it is a lot more challenging than a bunch of other from other industries. Because it is unique, it is different, right? If let's say for instance, I'm starting a fintech, I know like 5-10 people I can reach out to if I have any issues. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to get licenses, or I'm trying to get or you can even there are some people that some developers that have made multiple fintech apps. So it's like easy peasy for them to replicate the process, right?
Yeah.
But when we're building PostPaddy, we were knowing. We had some issues that 1 month, 2 months, like we're still on issues. Didn't get because we didn't know who to reach out to, where to go to. We tried to
just an example like that issue of the maximum upload, I mean.
Yeah, so there's no tool in Nigeria, right? And you can check it. Like there's no Nigerian build tool that can allow you to upload more than 50 or 100 MB. You can check it anywhere, right? There's no Nigerian build tool that can allow you to upload more than that. So fintechs is just maybe your 10 MB, maybe your what's it called? Your picture or your ID card or something, right? But that issue now is something that is strange, And if you think about it, when Instagram came in, they used to compress all our pictures and videos, if you can remember that. Right? That was like 2011, 2012, 2013, all of that. That's that time. They used to compress the picture so much. Yeah. But recent, I think last 2-3 years, they've stopped compressing. So you can see how many years it took them to evolve and find a way to like upload the original,
yeah.
So that kind of So that kind of situation, that's like, for instance, we've been trying to get our app approved by Apple, and Apple is insisting that we need to do IAP. So IAP is like in-app purchase. So you basically have to use your Apple iCloud account, to make payments, just like we do on iTunes. Now the thing is, you can check it, but I'm not saying Nigerian built up that has to use IAP, right? Because the IAP is like essential for our kind of service. Because our service is like the app does it for you.
Yeah.
But other services where, people call me, maybe it's like something like Showmax, all of that, because, you're like broadcasting other people's content. Yeah. It's allowed to use your own payment system. But to use IAP, we are the first Nigerian person that I've seen that's using IAP. You get? So, these are like unique issues that can scare people away from the field itself.
So I can see it's really tough doing it alone from this space. How do you sometimes encourage yourself to keep going and not get discouraged?
Okay, so I think it all starts from the beginning and the goal. And so my goal is I want people, right, to be able to start like so also like you to say, okay, you know what, I want to start an e-commerce business. I want to start this business, right? And I want you to be able to like come to the platform and get everything done for you, right? On to end, right? So when it comes to marketing, how can people, who maybe don't have the funds to do it, to hire people to do it, or people who just want to like just live like a student, for instance, right? And I have these skills, I have these like products I want to sell out, right? How can they handle the marketing themselves, right? And handle it like perfectly. So that's like the goal. So until I get to that point, there's really no stopping. Then even if I get to that point, right, I'll be thinking of a bigger dream. So I keep on like upgrading my dreams like as I'm going, you get. So there's really no, I mean, just that gradually keeps on going.
All right, great. So basically, I still see that there's a whole lot of work to be done in the sense that the creator community in Nigeria is very large. We have a lot of creators, especially with the fact that most platforms are being monetized. We have Facebook monetization. We have, people are also, TikTok and all of that. So it means the creator community is getting bigger and larger by the day. So since PostPaddy has this first mover advantage, you should be able to take how many percentage of the creator community have you guys been able to capture now?
Well, so I would say we've not done so much, right, in that regards. But I mean, I won't be mentioning it now, but there's something we are working on that is particularly for creators, right? So we're hoping maybe end of this year, maybe Q1 next year, we'll be able to launch it out, right? So we really have something that is dedicated, to creators. And then of course we're looking at also because the goal, like we slow down on the marketing, trying to launch the mobile app. So we launched the Android app, right? And then now we're looking at launching the iOS. So but now we're now beginning to move into the market. Right. So right now we're like going all out in terms of marketing, getting users. So our goal is that within the next 6-12 months, I expect us to take about 30% of the 30-50% of the creator community are trying to be on our platform before the end of next year.
All right, great. That would be great. That'd be great. So, do you? What other channels do you want automated streaming to, or maybe sending up? Have you thought about platform like WhatsApp also? Maybe people should from there kind of share their WhatsApp status or stuff like that.
Well, so for one thing about this space again is the thing is it is what they allow you to do that so it is what they allow you to do that you can do.
Right.
So for WhatsApp now, WhatsApp does not have that capacity at the moment. So they don't have that opportunity at the moment to share directly to your WhatsApp status from an external platform.
All right.
Okay. Even if you want to send messages, the cost is so much. Like I think it's about 5 cents per message, which looking at our present dollar rate, that's almost about almost 100 naira, per message, right? But it's 7 naira per message. So, and I mean, Nigerian businesses want to like do that, So WhatsApp may be a really tough one for now, but then we're looking at the likes of Pinterest, we're looking at the likes of trends, because I've been seeing Nigerians like use trends regularly. So we're looking at adding trends and Pinterest before the end of the year.
Great, excellent. So, for the question of the day, how can you drive business growth in Africa and Nigeria specifically? How can someone drive business? Looking at your experience, building a lot of stuff for the past couple of years. So how can business growth be driven? So can we talk about that?
So when it comes to business growth, I feel the first question when someone is looking, I want to get more sales, I want to make money for my business, the first thing is you need to start from like what is the goal? Like now the goal is to make money, but you need to like really feel tight. So how do you want to make money? That's the first question. And it needs to be a smart goal. So you need to for instance, let me put it this way, right? So if you are an influencer, for instance, right? And then you want to, maybe that's your business, right? Because it's the business, right? And then you want to like make more money. Definitely, your goal is to get more people to view your platform. Your goal is to get more brands to notice you, right? So that's like a specific goal, okay? While if you're looking at someone, maybe you sell cars or something, your goal is to basically get more car sales, either, and then you need to even drill down again. Are you looking at B2B? Do you want businesses to buy from you, or do you want individuals to buy from you? Do you want a mix of both? Now, for your goal, the next thing you want to look at is, okay, which platforms, right, can I use to achieve my goal? And then now brings the question, who is your target audience? So, for instance, if I'm looking to target C-suite executives, right, in multinationals, I don't think I'll be running ads on TikTok or Snapchat, because most of these guys are probably like the age of 40, 50, 60, so how many of them actively use these platforms? So once you decide on the target audience, decide on the platforms you want to use, then of course you decide on the content, like, how do you want to go about it, right? There are some kind of businesses that you are better off, someone of like target audience, right? You are better off having people on the road that go to make businesses one by one. When Childec was trying to recruit businesses like vendors initially, they did not just stay with at home and, run ads or come and join. They went shop to shop, restaurant to restaurant, to get this. So you need to, so your part of your business, the initial growth, it may not even come from the online or digital marketing, right? It may even come from physical marketing, So that's like on the marketing part. Now let's leave the marketing side a little bit. Now in terms of the product itself, okay, it's important to have a product that works for you. Like when I mean works for you, a product that markets itself. Now the thing is, if you create a perfect product, whether it's physical or online product, right? For instance, if I bought chips one day from a vendor, and the chips are so nice that I've gotten like 5, 10 other people to be hooked on the chips. You get, so you need to let you look at your product. Is this something that I love? Is this something other people will love? Is this something that people would even love to tell others about? Right? So apart from just the marketing part itself, your product needs to be solid enough. It needs to be good enough so that if someone experiences your product once, they want to keep on experiencing it over again.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot cheaper to have a recurring customer than to be costly for customers every day. Yeah. So I mean that's like the way I see it, to be honest.
I agree. I get that part, and that's the truth. So because having to sell to every new customer means you're going to spend a lot of money to keep getting new customers. Yeah, great. So recurring customers are the real business. Yeah. So good. Now, the question I want to ask is, in driving business growth, looking at B2B content, going B2B now. So how can people, be able to scale their business and using B2B platforms?
Okay. So when you have a B2B business, I think the first thing like we want to look at is who is your target audience and where are these people, right? So I'll give PostPaddy as an example now. Our target audience, we have business owners, so we have social media managers and digital marketing agencies, and also have creators and influencers.
Yeah.
Now, most of these people are on Instagram, they're on Facebook, they're on Twitter, they're on Snapchat. You know how many business owners are everywhere, right? So I can try to go everywhere. Yeah. Then, but if I was I had maybe I have a tool that is just for fintechs. So maybe I'm creating, maybe it's a core banking system, for instance. Now I cannot just say, let me just post on Snapchat. How many of my customers would see it? Yeah. So you want to look at LinkedIn. You want to look at, having a good presence on LinkedIn. Now, one thing that LinkedIn helps you do is that it can help you can easily target people in that space. You can use the ads, you can use the LinkedIn Sales Navigator, and say, okay, I'm looking for CEOs in the fintech space, right? In social and so region. So you can get there, connect with them, reach out to them, and you can even run ads and say, okay, your target audience is what? Your C-suite executives or managers in the fintech space.
Yeah, good. So, looking at running ads, sorry to cut you, in running ads, is this something you advise a startup to do? Looking at the current dollar to naira rate.
Yeah. So the truth is, there's a Yoruba talk, right? I don't know the adage or proverb, but it says, "Owo la fi owo." In English, it's money that we used to look for money.
Yeah.
Right. I've seen businesses that were scared to spend money on ads, and they were spending money on salaries instead, and then they close down. So if you don't spend the money, if you have staff, for instance, you will still be spending money every day. So why not just invest and then let your investment begin to bring in money that can even help you continue to pay. So I would say you need to just find the platforms that work for you. And that's one of the things that we're trying to do, even with PostPaddy, is that we're trying to create a platform that can help you get the very best on your ad spend. So the ads platform is not launched yet. It should come out sometime this month or next month, right? So we're trying to create a system that if you are spending 100,000, for instance, it can help you get the best out of that 100,000. So things like core machine learning algorithms, as well as AI, and then so we're able to really target the right people and keep on optimizing, keep on targeting the right people. We're looking at the message that works best, creating all those messages. So it's like you're having an entire team working on your ads campaign, right? That's what we're trying to do. But outside of that, honestly, just think you need to pick the right channel. If you cannot, if your audience is on other platforms and you can target them on other platforms, there's no point running LinkedIn ads. LinkedIn ads are extremely expensive compared to that platform. You can run Instagram ads. If you can try out Twitter ads. In fact, recently TikTok ads launched. So if you have a product or service that is for Gen Z guys, right? I mean, I don't think you should even think twice, when it comes to running ads on TikTok. And they allow you to, set small budgets. Even there's even Snapchat ads, So you can start with the ones that are available. But the most important thing is be careful not to waste money. When you want to run ads, you want to look at, your return on investment. I saw a video today and that's it. So everybody said that, there's something called CAC, customer acquisition cost. That's the average amount you use to acquire one customer. But some people are focused on how do we reduce the CAC. We are not looking at something. How do we increase the return on investment?
Yeah.
So if I spend 10,000 to acquire one customer, and I'm going to make 30,000 from that customer month after month, why not?
Yeah.
If I'm spending 1,000 to acquire one customer, and I'm probably not going to make more than 100 per customer, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
So you need to really look at how much you expect to make, right? You need to look at what amount can you spend on ads, to acquire that customer. Then from that point, you can then work out your budget, select the right platform, the right audiences, and get the best result. But honestly, ads, I would say, has worked for so many businesses I know. And the thing about it is, without much effort, it puts you out there, right? Posting on social media, releasing good content on social media is also something that works very well. But the thing about it is that ads work faster because they get people that don't even know about you or don't even know anybody that knows you. They get them to see what you are doing, what your business does. And ads, with online ads especially, it can be very targeted. So if you are someone that has a niche business, right, it makes sense to run ads because you can sit from your living room, set up the ads, select who you want to target, and the people get to see or hear about you.
All right. So loaded. Thank you for this time. You've said so much that we need to just go and digest. And hope to keep seeing the good work you're doing. You've said a lot of things that we're expecting already. We're going to hang you like this hold you until we see those things? Some of things you promised already.
Very soon, very soon, very soon. Like they'll start coming out. I mean, there's a lot of work where I'm cooking every, so very
We're excited for the work you're doing. So you just keep it up.